Yo, 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 yo. It's the That's Just It podcast show. And I'm in here with 4 of my main mans. And guess what? We got 2 people live streaming. We doing the big now. We doing streaming and stuff and going on. And I said stuff I didn't even cuss. And I didn't cuss because my mama asked me today why we cuss so much.
Well, amen and amen.
And I told my mama because we want to.
Oh,
and I know she gonna watch it and now I'm gonna get hit and stuff. She shouldn't be so violent. But anyway, we gonna start it off like we started off. And you know what? Actually, this is our New Year show. Even though we had a show to come on New Year, but this is officially our New Year show because TV Magic. We was there, but we wasn't there.
Right.
So we here now. This is, hey, I see everybody on the screen all in front of me. I'm all ghetto and stuff. Hey, y'all. Dez is out in L.A. and everything. What's up, Dez?
Way to do it, Dez. Way to do it.
What up, dog?
So, Dez, since this the new year, of course, we going to do time. You know, we going back in time. So, I'm going to say, I know how you be. You like it old. So, if it was 1907. How would you greet me, brother?
Run. Damn, 1907?
1907. You got Google some shit, huh?
In the field, nigga. That's all I can say.
In the field. Yes, sir, I'm in the field. Back to you. On my right, he's usually on my left, but on my right tonight, I got Profound Ruck, and maybe he'll say a little bit more because he's changed his seat. We had to change his seat so he can say more.
Oh, I'm the bad kid.
You the bad kid. You know, I had to keep you on this side. Miles said, sit up. Look, you ain't even paying attention, bad kid. See, there you go. Right on time. Right on time. Profound Rucker. You like it easy.
Very.
If it was 1986, how would you greet me, brother?
Let's break dance.
Let's break dance. Yo, that's what's up. I could have went with word up or something because, you know, it's a greeting. You know, let's break dance. You want to be violent and fighting and everything. You want to take it to the streets. Let's take it to the streets, brother.
Take it to the street.
Lou.
What's up?
Dr. Lou ESQ. What's happening?
It's your world. I'm trying to get back to my own planet, my brother.
So what planet you from?
It ain't this shit.
Oh, so when you leaving?
Oh.
I'm just asking.
When you give me my money.
Oh, so you gonna be here forever, my man. And since we talking forever, if it was 2060, because that's when I'm gonna give you your money in 2060.
2060.
How would you greet me, brother?
Oh shit! Credit card, please. You can
Credit card, please. You think they gonna have credit cards in 2060?
They might. That might be in our brains. By
Yeah,
then.
it's gonna be all digital and stuff, and by phones and chips in your hands and stuff.
Flying cars in 1980. So.
But you know, you gonna do it. You gonna be niggas and still have cards and shit. Black. What they call it? Black market credit cards. Still spending shit like, let me get a massage on my
Cash App card.
On my Cash App card. On my green dot. My man, Pastor Shine.
God bless. What's going on? Give it up. 2023.
He walked in here like he was mad that should I say it? We don't go there yet. We ain't gonna go there yet. Ain't gonna go there yet.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say, if it was 1940.
If it was 1940,
how would you greet me, brother?
I say what it do, Slick Daddy.
What it do, Slick Daddy? That sound freaky to me, but he's a pastor, so it didn't sound freaky. Slick Daddy.
Got that deep voice
Yeah, Slick Daddy. Slick Daddy. So, we keeping it live, y'all. We keeping it live. This is New Year.
Yes.
We doing new things. This show is, we getting viewers. Don't forget to like and subscribe us on YouTube. We gonna get some sponsors. I'm gonna stop cursing so much and saying that word that y'all don't like me saying.
Which one?
Gotta break out the list. That's what's up. That's what's up. But before I get started with the title,
yes,
let me introduce. Well, excuse me, because I'm sure, however I do it, she gonna correct me and put a whole bunch of other shit in there that I didn't put in. So I'm gonna let her introduce herself, and then we gonna say what the title is, and then we gonna get it going.
Oh, you scared now?
Am I scared to let her introduce me?
For you to introduce. All right, she the real deal then. If you
Doctor, right. She knows she got me scared. That's what's up. What's up, doctor? I can't hear. Can you? I can't hear. Hold on. Are you on mute? Is you on mute? I can't hear you.
No.
Okay, there we go. We hear you. I hear you. Nah, back to you got me scared. Did you hear that part?
If I was a famous person, wouldn't you introduce me before I come to the stage?
If it was Rihanna, I wouldn't even know enough to tell about Rihanna to make you want to, I'm going to just say Rihanna and she just going to come out and niggas going to be glad I brought Rihanna.
There's a truth to that.
Well, I am Dr. Sandy.
Hey, Dr. Sandy. Yeah. With an eye. Let me get your credentials, doctor.
That's it. We'll learn more about me later.
Okay. Well then, excuse me. Right. Ooh, you on here? You can't go nowhere. We got you. You took the time to be with us. So I mean, we all honest here, and we keep it real. And I take abuse very well.
That sounds kinky.
That sounds kinky. And that's a good lead in. That's the way we do it.
Way to segue.
Yeah. So the title is, how do you introduce kink into your relationship?
Uh-oh.
Well, actually, the title is Gimping Ain't Easy. But it's subtitled, how do you introduce kink into your relationship? For the people that be like, what's gimping?
What is gimping?
What's gimping? You still didn't look it up.
I can't find it.
Well, from doctor, do you have an explanation of what gimping is before I say what I think gimping is?
Well, it sounds like pimping with a G.
That's what the Urban Dictionary gave a crazy explanation for it. Gimp was always, and this, I know some of you guys played the what was the Grand Theft Auto,
Right.
Yeah.
and you remember when you went into the sex shop, you bought the Gimp suit. Y'all don't remember that? Y'all didn't get that part far into the game. Well, the Gimp suit was the leather outfit and the mask that the male wore over his face. Okay. And he would be there and he would take abuse from the woman.
Oh. Okay.
So gimping is like if you was DTD, you'd be like gimp, gimp.
Okay.
So you sitting up there taking the abuse. You know what DTD is. Oh, they gonna be. Okay.
That's what I got the first time I seen.
They got too many spots out in the front for me to be explaining what DTD is. They be saying that these people gonna be waiting for me, and I don't need the DTDs be waiting for me.
Okay.
It's too many parking spots out there for them. They got the whole front 2 rows. Look, there's where we at. Y'all didn't get there. Y'all didn't get that in the urban. Y'all looking like y'all got the Jeopardy answer and shit.
I looked at it on my text message and I was like, well.
Okay, well, because the Urban Dictionary says one thing. It was written by a white man, Urban Dictionary. It wasn't Black Dictionary. It was Urban Dictionary. That was white man. So, of course, and he's probably about 24, 27. So, of course, he don't know what a gimp is. A gimp is an old term.
Okay.
That's why it was on Grand Theft Auto. It was like the first or the second Grand Theft Auto.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
It was a gimp suit. It was in the gimp where, like I said, wear the everything and take the abuse.
Did it come with the red mouthpiece too, the ball?
I think that came. I mean, maybe if you had a membership, I don't know. I don't know. You tell me if it came with the ball. I don't know. I never had one. Farthest I went was the cage. Farthest I went was the cage. So, see, we there. See, I knew this story was gonna come, but I ain't about to tell the story yet.
Okay.
Wait, because you did say the man takes the straight stuff. Just perplexed me. You say the man takes the stuff, which means that you were in the cage. That's what I hear you saying.
I said we're gonna get to that story. I said what time for that story yet?
Sure.
But you're free to remind me to say it, but talk about it. You know,
he is.
Yeah. It's too early to talk about that story. We got to lead into the story.
Okay,
You know, we can't give them the juice yet. You always like to do shit so quick. You need to mess with an old nigga,
I
Lou.
guess so.
You read my mind.
All of you guys today.
What'd you say,
A
Sam?
lot of you guys today, y'all want to do things quick.
I agree. But you know what? And I believe that too. But what I decided to do, you know, I decided to make it my business to make sure I do the do when I do the do. You know what I'm saying? Some
When
people
you
do it.
the do,
Some people
Are you
do it to
doing
get
the do?
off. I'm not doing it to get off. I'm doing it to make sure she get off, and then I get off. It's like a challenge. It's like playing football. You know, I got to make sure she score. So that's how I look at it now. I got to make that. Before I ain't give a fuck. It was just about busting nut, and then now it's like
Heartless.
I got to make sure that she busts this nut before I bust this nut. Make sure she busts these 2-3 nuts before I bust my one. Oh, I can't say nut. Oh, stop hitting the table.
Yeah, that's me.
Damn.
That's me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Excuse me.
That was you hitting.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay, so why you scolding me, man? You get a microphone. I don't want this to be all about me today, y'all. So, because I know to do it soft. I'm an actor. You know, you got to act like you hitting, but you know, you don't make the sound.
But you'll make the sound.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
John is a stage actor. That's Hollywood, so he got to make the sound because they don't be having the shit to make the sound. I get it.
That's legitimate.
Right. Right. We used to them kind of plays and shit. Gunshot. Bible fall on the floor.
I can't even argue against it, but go ahead.
All right, excuse me. Back to gimping. Now, how do you introduce this type of shit to the one that you messing with? Profile Rucker. Oh, go ahead.
There's
Please,
a few
Dr. Sanders.
things
Go
that
ahead.
you have to discuss. There's a few things that you have to do to bring kink into a relationship, and I'm sure we'll talk about a few of those things, but I think the number one thing you have to do is communicate what you're trying to do first and foremost.
Exactly.
Can I ask Doctor, before the substance of that, when do you do that? Because when I approach,
You have to.
yeah, can I just say when I
Go ahead.
approach, and I'm gonna say it's from the perspective of if you show me the finest woman in the world, I can show you a nigga who tired of fucking her. So I say before we even get really involved,
You're supposed to give the ding ding.
Once- once we get our foundation set, at some point I like to explore threesomes or something like that. Maybe not the first 2 or 3 years, but I'm putting it out there before you get so invested. That's my thinking, that right there at the beginning, before we even get to the point of doing anything, is that the appropriate time or is that too soon?
Well, so if you already know that you are a kinky person, then
Yeah.
it should be discussed before you even get into a relationship. You know how people talk about sex before they ever have sex, because that's the communication to know if I'm into this sort of thing or not. So that would be the time to introduce kink, i.e. if you, when you say threesomes, if you want to bring another man or if you want to bring another woman into a relationship, that should be known from the beginning. Or if you're bisexual or trisexual, polysexual, non-binary, all of the things that, all the pronouns people use today or whatever, that should be introduced in the beginning.
Okay.
However, if you're in a relationship and been in that relationship for a while and maybe you saw something or heard something,
Okay.
then you want to try something different, then it should definitely be talked about or communicated prior to you trying it. You can't wait till we're about to do it or in the middle of doing it and then try to introduce something, because it may not go over so well.
I think that we should talk about it once I pay for that dinner that she ordered. I mean, that's part of she ordered that lobster tail. I'd be like, so you like fucking women? You like getting your pussy twice, like at the same time? I mean, I think that's a conversation we should have once I spend, Ocean Prime and money. That ain't
so
an
you think
Applebee's
because you buy a meal, you think because you buy a meal that automatically negates you getting some?
No. I think that a conversation like that should be had that early. Like I was about to say, that's not an Applebee's conversation. That's an Ocean Prime's conversation.
I feel you on that. I know what you're saying.
So I'm saying, if she want to go there, then we should. If she want to take it fast, we should take it fast.
Well, there was a TikTok where a woman said, this was a woman saying it's still prostitution and women need to face up to it and accept that if you demanding that a man to get your nails done, your hair done, buy your meals before he can get some, you are a prostitute and you need to own that shit.
That's what a woman on TikTok said.
Yeah.
Wow.
An old woman, like she was
But
at church.
are we talking about what it takes to get some ass, or are we talking about what it takes to introduce kink
That's
into the
good.
relationship? Which one are we talking about here?
And I think that has to be like a defining thing too, because if you're married and you're trying to introduce kink, then that's a little too late.
As he looks down at me.
You know why it's not too late, Oscar?
Why isn't it too late?
It is not too late because when you're married to someone, I've been married for 21 years. When you're married to someone, it's like how you say, what type of steak did you say? A prime steak or something?
That was the restaurant.
When you're married to someone, things become routine. Mm-hmm. So you may want to introduce something different into the relationship to keep it interesting. It doesn't have to be a threesome, or it doesn't have to be gimping. It could be whatever, but whatever it is, it needs to be communicated properly. That's all I'm saying.
Well, if I can jump in there on that perspective, because of being the married guy on the panel here, especially speaking from a Christian worldview, this is my second marriage. Okay, so of course you want to keep things interesting, and from the perspective of a biblical perspective, that the marriage bed is honorable. Okay, so what it goes on between me and her, but I do agree that regardless of that, even incorporating that worldview, that there should be discussions. Now, I'm not going to do anything out of the box per se, right. But there should be if you're going to explore certain things within that union or the canon of that union, right, then there should be some level of conversation that says, like, okay, do we take it here? Do we take it there? But still maintaining, that foundational belief of what we are.
You mean like whipped cream and chocolate syrup versus whips and chain?
It's like he don't want to become
in his bed. So
that's my bed.
And we're not going to speak on him, but you don't want to become a pastor of a church to find out your first lady want to be introduced to kink. I mean, that's even 30 years later, she can't come later on with that type of view because you've already said not you, but a pastor is a pastor. So I don't think, I don't look at my first lady like that as, she,
Wait. Why wouldn't a pastor want his first lady to be kinky?
Okay, and that's what level. There's levels, and I explained this with my girlfriend. It's hard. I can say it. It's my girlfriend.
Okay.
It's levels. It's always levels because I ain't at her level yet, but I still got a level. And I don't think my level is at the level of other people's. Mine is a little bit, more kinkier. So that's what I'm saying. I think, you saying why wouldn't a pastor, like Lou was about to say, whipped cream and stuff, that might be considered kink, So that's all right.
But just like the doctor said, and a pastor want to be in a relationship for a long period of time. The doctor said, if you win that, you got to find things that's going to spice it up. And like you said, if it's between two married people, then it don't matter how much kink it is. So why wouldn't you want some kink to keep you going for the rest of the time? Like I don't understand that.
Because go ahead, please, Sandy. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. See, a lot of times when we think about sex, we think of it from a narrow-minded perspective. Sex is not just physical, it's also emotional. So there are so many levels to sex that we probably haven't even tapped into. We just want to screw and bang and what we saw on a porn
Because
movie
that's a male trait. That's a male trait. That's a male trait. That's what we do. That's what we do.
For the pastor, okay, I'm speaking specifically to the pastor right now. So we want to talk about kink. So if we maybe he's only tried intercourse, or maybe he's only tried certain types of sex, but maybe he never got into the tantric sex. Maybe a lot of guys can't. I don't want to sound sexist and say a lot of guys.
You can.
When it comes to tantric sex, you know, it's energy, and you can have orgasms from energy by sitting face to face and breathing this energy into one another, and closing your eyes and imagining, and you could cause orgasms more than just the physical touch. So it's also emotional. You have to try different kinky things, and it's not just all based on physical.
I agree with that, actually, because at the end of the day, if I can jump in again, I actually agree with that. Now, while I'm not necessarily, quote unquote, an energy guy per se, okay, but I do believe that when you add the emotional and the spiritual aspects to it and allow it to not be basic, if I could say it like that, because again, when we allow these labels to be what they are, because like say, for example, we use the word kink, if I could say that, but to me, the term in and of itself is subjective, okay, because it's based upon my level of what I like to do within that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
levels.
Yeah, exactly. So with that level of experience, okay, and if you're cognizant of yourself, if I can say it like that, it's just going to be more than just the bang bang boogie, if I can say it like that, okay? It's going to involve the emotional, because for me, and I'll say this much, okay, even from the perspective of my worldview, for me, sex begins the minute I wake up with you, because I'm already doing something to tantalize your mind and tantalize your senses at the end of the day. It could be this voice that you hear at the end of the day, and I put this voice in your ear, then you already got the quivers.
This nigga.
Okay, so that amen in the morning, that amen in the morning could be just enough to set you off.
All right.
See what I'm saying? Because again, I see it as a God-created institution. So within that, okay, the emotional and the spiritual comes actually before the physical. So I actually do agree with some levels of that perspective that she's saying.
Now, Lou had something that he said to me, and he hasn't been able to say it yet, and we're going to get this out because it goes to what you was just saying, Sandy, about two men pounding. I mean, excuse me, not two men, but men pounding. But please, Lou, go ahead.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You said, remember I said, please say that on the show so people, because you was like that. I never, okay, god damn. We always go through this.
What were we talking about?
Right, and I'll be like, make sure you say this. You were saying that it's a man's trait to fuck and nut.
Yeah.
So please explain the damn thing, because you're making me sound all crazy.
He said, yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, just
Because you were saying that's why two men get together.
Yes. And I said this before in the show.
Thank you.
Women add a lot to sex, and we learn a lot from women. And like, I don't like having sex with a man who has not had sex with a woman. Because women teach us things. They teach us how to be gentle. They teach us how to appreciate that. But again, when it's two dudes and we at the club, we came to the club because we want somebody to go home and fuck. Whereas I think with you straight guys, y'all got to buy drinks, y'all got to seduce, y'all got to talk while you worthy and shit like that. Where I just show up with my muscles and my shit junk showing. And yeah, you top, verse, bottom, what? Okay, cool. Your place or mine, or the back of my truck. So you don't have to deal with all that shit. It's like bang, bang, you got yours, I got mine. You know somebody else we want to bring, and you go about your business.
That wasn't the whole conversation. He didn't say that much on the phone.
I was like, what? To say like,
But
okay.
What was we talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, okay, where did that come from?
No, but I said, please. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. We brought it back to the, you know, what we was talking about, and he was able to explain it. How do you feel about that, Doctor?
What is his name? What is your name, sir?
I'm Reverend Lou. I'm Reverend Lou. But I'm a different kind of reverend than our brother Sean over here.
There's no judgment over here at all.
But no, I was just saying, men is about the nut, about the sex. And with two men, it's just because we're both on that same plane. I'm trying to get my nut, you're trying to get your nut, so we don't have to worry about Applebee's or Ocean Prime or shit like that.
But do you think that that's
They
always
eat
true?
conies.
Because there's sensitive men as well as very sensitive women.
They get the
And
conies.
I think
yeah, definitely
it depends
not.
on an individual.
Extra
I
chili.
don't know if y'all can hear me.
Yes.
we-
Yeah,
we-
and there are no absolutes, Dr. Sandy. And like you said, there are no absolutes. But it's like, it used to be in my 20s and 30s. If I went out and I didn't fuck that night, it was a waste of going out.
It was a waste
And
of
you're
going.
how old now, and what are your thoughts at this point?
I can't count that high. But no, I'm 54 now. But, you know, things
So it
change.
probably
I'm
don't rise the way that it used to when you were 20 and 30. So you probably gotta put on the green, and you hope that you get a start at this point.
Oh, you absolutely. Me and my doctor had that conversation, and she said it's not low T. I'm just gonna write you a prescription for Viagra or Cialis, whichever one you want. Be
Change
honest
your
with your
diet.
doctor.
Change your diet.
Change your diet. Did I tell you about the ginseng capsules? The ginseng things from the gas station. The ginseng that helps.
Oh, you talking about that?
It's paid for.
I be killing. And that shit be like you
Oh,
get
yeah,
the 30
green-
capsules, the green
one.
ginseng.
Or the ones they sell like at the windows at the corner
but
stores
you
and
can go
stuff.
to the health food store and get the full strength ones,
I
and you
didn't
can
know
take
that.
the 2 capsules. As long as it's in your system, I promise you, dude. It's like you don't need nothing. You don't need nothing else.
Actually, there's a
Dr. Face like.
How about you just tie it off? Let's put a rubber band on that thing.
I don't want to. That hurts.
Oh, you hear that?
ouch.
Actually,
Yeah.
there's
I mean,
a
they call it cock rings, but you can just tie it off. However,
but there's a
whichever way
method
you
to
wanna
tying it
tie
off
the
properly.
fluid.
Yeah.
Okay, so here go Lou again. How do you tie it off,
Well,
Lou?
and then that's the number 2 thing we're introducing kink into the relationship. You have to do research. You have to make sure what you're doing is safe, and don't just go by what you saw on porn. You need to, if you want to, what you say, gimping. If you want to add gimping into the relationship, you want to make sure that you're doing it at a safe way, and don't just do something that you just saw. So you won't end up killing someone,
Right,
Because
right.
you done choked them too long, or you done shoved something improperly, and now you done damaged something. So you need to do some research as well.
Because my girl got that red rope, that big long rope, but I ain't want to fuck with it because it said if you tie the knots, you can cut the circulation off, and then you won't be able to get the nuts out. I mean the knots out in time, and then they die or lose their hand or some
Okay,
shit.
really?
So you got to be careful, or like she said, you got to know what you're doing before you start messing with certain shit. You don't want to hurt
Pineapples.
nobody. We still on that?
No, don't lie at me.
We still
I'm just
back on
here. I'm just here for the comments.
All right. So,
filter.
my goodness.
Can I ask the doctor something? Though?
Please.
So, Dr. Sandy, say if I say I would like to do this and my partner doesn't want to do this. Well, no, let's say my partner wants to do something and I don't want to do it. How do I still make my partner feel like I still want you, I just don't want to do that? Because I know when I was younger that there were times when somebody wanted to do something, I didn't want to do it. I still wanted to fuck. I just didn't want to do that part of fucking. But it seemed like I felt like, well, now we can't fuck at all because you don't want to do what I wanted to do. Now you think I'm some super freak. And when I asked you, were you a freak? And now you're not a freak in my mind. So how do you overcome that where one partner doesn't want to do something kinky, and how do you not let that fuck up the motion and you move to something else?
So I have to answer it first by asking you the question: do you not want to do it because you think you don't like it, or you don't want to do it just because it doesn't seem interesting to you?
Maybe both. Maybe both.
What is the
So-
issue talking about?
So I would first say you have to compromise. You have to be
Okay.
prepared to compromise, because maybe that person you may want to do something and that person don't want to do it. So
Okay.
all I can say is just be willing to compromise. There are going to be give and takes in the whole sexual thing. So it may be some things that either of you might want to do or not want to do, but find out the reason why don't you want to do it. You have to answer that question first. And can you give us a for instance, and then we can go further after your, for instance, why you wouldn't want to try whatever.
Yeah, like water sports, you know.
So-
It's-
Getting peed on.
And in, you know, it's just like
and ooh. Did you say in?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I'm just saying I wouldn't. But
Ooh, I got a
so
story.
if I say no to that doesn't mean I don't want to do other things. But now you might start feeling a funny way, or I might start feeling a funny way. So that's what I was asking, how to prevent those things. That's why I asked. You know.
But okay, so if you're saying peed in or peed on, if you want to say golden shower.
Yeah, golden shower is more.
Well, if you can peed in,
that
maybe
sounds
that's
like a jet
for
tub.
not
Right,
enough
that's right.
time.
That's a hot tub. That ain't no golden shower. That's a jet shower.
Right. That's a glacier or something.
Right, he done turned it on number 4. Shit. But go ahead.
But are you saying that you don't want to do it because you think it's not hygienic? Is that the reason why you're saying that you don't want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try that on for size. So do you think getting peed in is, and please, if we can be straight up or we could just be blunt on here, right?
Yeah, we have to be in integrity.
Please.
That's the rule.
Hey.
Be in integrity.
Okay.
You can get no more than this. Go ahead.
Okay, are you a top or bottom, first of all?
I'm verse.
Okay, so if you're getting done,
Yeah.
do you think it's less hygienic? It's like that's the same, Reverend. That's the same.
DTD.
Yeah. Well, I guess because that's what I'm saying. So it might all just be in my head. But what I'm saying, if I say to you, no, don't piss in me, and then
Ooh, where we get back? Every time I get off, we get back in on these conversations.
But can he ejaculate in you?
and that's okay. And that's what I'm getting. Yeah,
So now he cleaning it out.
And then
He's sterile.
And then he's inside of your anus where there's already E. coli.
Feces, right?
So
Feces.
and actually, urine is more
Sterile, right.
Sterile than freaking E. coli. So
He's looking out for
can
you.
drink pee and be all right. But if you eat some E. coli, you're going to be sick.
He looking out for you.
Go
You
ahead
should
and
thank
take it,
him.
Reverend.
Piss and sterile until they come out, right? Piss and sterile until they come out, right? So you good.
Well, no, it's sterile.
You keep it in there, you good.
It's sterile even then. You can drink pee to survive and be fine. But if you eat some E. coli, you're going to be sick.
You know that's what the chick told him. Piss is sterile till it come out. Sit there, nigga. Shut up.
No, that's what the boxer said. Shit.
That's what the boxer said. So,
Thank you, doctor.
Since we had this pause and going back to these stories, you know, I was a manager at an apartment building one time, right? And when I came in, I make my story real fast. And when I came in, you know, we had to move out all the people that was in the apartment building because they was drug dealers and all this people that shouldn't be there. They wasn't paying their bills and stuff.
Damn.
So when I went into this one apartment building, it had like 112 condoms in the bathroom and in the kitchen cabinets. So
They were used?
No, they were all
okay.
in the packages. Yeah, look, y'all. Yeah, maybe I should say that, right?
You imagine the smell of that?
Maybe I should say that.
You just slip on the floor.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Mr. Spearman downstairs, he's an old man. He walked up and he was telling me why they had so many condoms in the thing. He said they used to get the ice and put them in the rubbers, and he said they used to borrow his ice too and fuck each other with the ice in the rubbers.
Oh.
Is that something new, Lou? Or you never heard of that?
He gonna try it now. He gonna try it today.
Okay.
That's Netflix and chill.
But that was before I worked at that place before Netflix. But yeah, that's what they did, and I was disgusted. But you know, had to. Orleans, yeah. When I worked at that, see, you done named the name.
That was
Now
a nasty place.
you gonna get me killed and shit.
They unchanged it.
Right. Stop saying the name, nigga.
Name dropping.
It wasn't me. My name was Arthur then. Arthur. Des.
What up, though?
What up, though, out there in
What up, though?
California? Living good and everything. I know you done seen some kinky
yeah.
shit. I know you done seen some kinky shit in the last 4-5 days.
What's going
All
on
day.
down there?
Man, a little bit of everything, bro. Matter of fact, man, somebody got killed when I was at the club the other day.
Damn.
Oh man.
And then I saw the trans woman beating the shit out of him, man.
Yay for the trans!
She was beating his ass, bro. That shit was funny to the motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie, dog.
Did you tape
Hey,
it?
she had his head, dog. She was hitting him, and then like she had stopped and like fix her hair and shit, dog. And he beat my man ass some more, bro. It was some funniest shit I've seen in a long time. Man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Was she big and was he little?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what was happening.
Yeah, poor nigga. He should have He should have thought about that. That's some shit you talk about at the beginning, right?
He so should've.
Now that should have been the Applebee's conversation.
Just Applebee's.
or Waffle House, because you in LA. Waffle House, waffle and chicken and waffles. Can I ask the doctor a question? Yes, please. All right, so Dr. Sandy, we done the kinky shit, and my partner is feeling funny about it, not feeling good about it. How do I bring my partner back to a good place or a good space? What do I say? What do I do afterwards? Because I don't want to be left with, we don't have to do it again if you didn't enjoy it, but what do I say? What do I do to let my partner know we're still in a safe space? You can call him an Uber.
Well, so you have to remember low intensity and taking your time.
Okay.
So you can't rush into anything. It may not go right the first time you try something. So sometimes you got to try it again until you get it right. The first time you've had anal, I'm sure it wasn't the most comfortable thing to do, but then you
That's
tried
what
it
fucks
again.
me up with tops that say it hurts. That's what fucks me up with tops when they say, I don't do that because it hurt. Nigga, it hurt everybody. I'm sorry.
Right.
So whatever you do,
They hurt. Go ahead.
Daz, you were gonna say something.
If you listen, I got Crohn's disease, bro. That shit, like, when the doctor even tests me, bro, that shit is horrible, man. So I can't, ain't no fucking way, my nigga. Like, I ain't bullshitting, nigga. Like, no, that shit was, the feeling, bro, was something that I never ever want to experience ever in my life again. I thought I ain't gonna lie. I felt disrespected. Like, I felt shameful. And then my man just gonna take some tissue and give me that shit, like wipe up. No, bro. Like, that shit in no way, shape, or form was like good to me, you know, like, bro, I feel it. It gotta hurt. It gotta hurt. It gotta hurt. That's all I'm saying.
And he didn't even take him to Applebee's.
That's what I'm saying. So not even McDonald's.
He said
No,
This is a doctor and shit. He can just violate me, bro.
No, you are not having sex now. So if that, when I've had sex for many years, but when I go and get a pap smear, it's not comfortable because they just shove this. Like, can you use some Vaseline? Or when they stick their finger up my behind, it's not comfortable. Or if my man give me a massage, I'm probably going to have an orgasm. But if I go pay for a massage, it does nothing for me. So it depends on the person that's doing to you what's being done. Now, if a woman or if whatever you're into stick their finger into your butt, if you allow them to, but they're kissing you ever so gently and they touch that peanut there and you bust, you would probably be like, wow, that felt really great.
Whoa.
The doctor did too. You probably felt like you were being violent.
Daz would like you to
They about to
repeat
do
that.
what from the what?
The peanut.
The peanut, huh? Lord Jesus.
And then the man did what?
Bust everywhere.
Hey,
I
you had
don't
your
know
peanut
about that.
touch, right? Yeah, you had your peanuts.
No, I didn't know the peanut existed. I ain't never heard no shit like that.
Look,
He said he don't even know if it exists.
like, where's that at?
That's what I'm saying. It's like the G spot, huh? Okay.
Why do you think homosexual men enjoy anal sex so much? Because
It's a peanut back there.
that's in there that gives an orgasm from the inside like never before.
Why do you think they call the candy bar payday?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Won't be buying that from the vending machine no more now. just dashed all my candy bar dreams.
No more Laffy Taffies, no more.
We can't have no more pony dogs, no more Laffy Taffies, no nothing after this. Y'all ruined it all.
So y'all make sure that y'all not offending this young man on this stage. He may very well feel picked on. Y'all test his temperature.
You must ain't
Look,
watched
we
the
took
other
it there with him.
episodes.
But the first episode, that was it.
No, I have seen that y'all pick on this man a lot, but I just want
No,
to
we
know,
don't.
do
We
anybody
don't
ever
pick
talk
on
to him
him.
about his temperature?
Who we pick on?
We pick on
Reverend, do you feel
Which reverend?
What would you say?
Please tell us how you
There
feel,
you go.
brother.
This is something else. You have to have boundaries and trust. Because what you don't want to do is turn a bad experience into an abusive situation.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
If they say something, if anyone on this panel says something,
Oh, we
you
talking
have
about the
to
panel.
create a
Yeah, talk
I
about
thought
us.
you
safe
talking about
word.
sex.
Well, I'm talking about both. I'm talking about you
okay.
because you're like me. We're the I'm the only female. You're the only. Well, I don't know.
Right. You ain't heard his whole story. Yeah, it depends on the day.
Yeah.
It depends on the day. Because you were saying that they have all these pronouns, but Lou has his own pronoun that hasn't been
What are your
discussed.
pronouns, Lou?
I'm he, him, and his.
But okay, well maybe I'm saying the wrong thing about that. He-man or sexual. What kind of sexual are you?
I'm verse.
You said a brosexual.
Oh, brosexual.
Nigga,
Yes,
if
I'm
you gonna make
brosexual.
up shit, I need you to remember it.
No, I didn't make that up. Because
damn, I ain't know what a brosexual
which means
was.
there
You
are
know-
times when I find myself really aroused by a woman and I would like to have sex with the woman. It's not as much as it used to be right now, but that does
Sounds
come
like
up.
you're bi or poly, Lou.
Well, no, because I don't want to marry a woman. To me, being bi means I want to go out on a date. I want to marry. I want to be intimate and hug you and cuddle with you. There are just times when I
So
just...
you just want to smash.
Who definition are you relating to?
Who, me?
His
Wait, say
Right,
that-
because
say that.
that's not.
brosexual. She's saying where
I wonder-
where does that come from?
Oh, a brosexual? Well, because what it is it's like a pendulum. You know, it's not always there. And even with men, sometimes I just don't want to have sex. I'm not aroused by a man as much as I am by a woman. And then there are times when I'm not as aroused by a woman as much as I am by a man.
Because me and Luden
Sounds
looked
like
at a
you're
fat ass
poly.
together. Yeah.
It sounds like you're poly or bi or even non-binary. That's what it sounds like to me.
He don't want to be none
the,
of them.
the term is a brosexual. It's
And
where.
then,
the-
so are you?
yeah.
Are you married now?
No. I'm in a committed relationship though, and it's with a man. So
So does that mean that because could you not be in a committed relationship with a woman? Is that what you're saying?
right, exactly.
Okay. All right.
Exactly. And as far as these guys go, I want to go back just one thing with the safe word before we get back to these guys. But that is important and not to be overlooked because there have been times when I felt like I hate to say this, not raped, but have been forceful, and I asked the dude, what's your safe word? Say your safe word. So I always require a safe word, especially when a dude wants you to choke him or beat him or something like that, because I don't ever want to overstep that bound because I've seen it save lives, believe it or not. I really have. I mean, my safe word is bananas. So if you hear me say
And my
bananas,
thing
it's
is, I mean,
serious.
you probably can't see, but Lou is like 6'5" and shit, and he can
6'7".
fight. 6'7", and he can fight. So niggas ain't just gonna get stupid and say dumb shit and disrespectful because he will let you know, hey, I didn't like that, and if you say it this show, you won't say it next show.
Yeah.
So we haven't crossed
I'm
that
sure
line
there's plenty
or
of
got near
times-
that line.
I'm sure there's plenty of times that guys ignore what a woman is saying because we are so hyper objectified based on the porn that you all look at or whatever, and you just, like I said earlier, that you all just want to go in sometimes. And when you've been in a relationship for a while, you just want to just go for a quickie, or you just think everybody or whomever want to be banged, bang, bang. or you may try to stick your finger, whatever, just all dry, or not taking your time.
Right.
You have to take your time and make sure that, guys will say so many times, I never had any complaints. That's because no one wanted to be honest with you. And sometimes women have the proclivity to not be honest with their mate. I don't know if I learned later on in life, but if you give me something too quick, I'm going to say like, thanks. Like, I'm being sarcastic. Like, you could have let me in, or put me in, coach, or put it tomorrow, like, come on, spit on that thing, or get it hot, get it ready. So y'all have to, even if the person that you're with don't say it, you have to listen to their body. Or pay attention to your body. And don't just do it for you. Like Oscar said in the beginning, think about that other person. You shouldn't be screwing for you. It should be for the other person. I'm just saying.
Yeah, also, and then body tell you way more than the mouth, man. She ain't like I tell you something, her body gonna tell you if you like it or not.
Yep.
All day, I be telling my friends, like, I don't know where y'all get dry pussy from, because I ain't never had none.
And like,
Shit, I fuck would be wet all the time.
if your girlfriend owns some KY jelly, you shouldn't even be dating her no more. Unless she got medical problems.
Well, hold on. KY jelly is good for a lot of things.
Oh, unless you like it in the ass?
No.
Oh, okay.
She may like it in the ass.
I was about to say, you can use spit.
Let me tell you, even for the ass, as Oscar just said, if you rub on, if you turn that woman on,
that
her
ass get
will
wet.
Exactly.
Ass
So
juice.
you won't even need it for technically. So
You get that ass juice on you. All you need is a little spit on the top and get it in, and the ass juice gonna do the rest. Ass juice.
No,
No spit. No ass juice.
it's a mental thing.
I don't know too many women that like spit like that. They like,
You gotta spit on the tip to put it in the.
nope, I ain't
No.
never had experience that.
You
it
ain't
is wonderful. It's so wonderful.
right, and
No, I'm
it
talking
comes
about
from the body.
I ain't had to spit on shit to get in. No,
In the ass, we talking about the ass.
I know bitches who ass get wet. So what you talking about?
Okay, from you talking to
I'm
them,
just
huh?
saying. No, this is from my sexual experience.
Just from you
everything going
talking,
down.
they ass get wet.
I know
huh?
a lot of women who got some crazy shit going on in their bodies. This shit is.
And you make their ass get wet from talking to them.
Yeah, that's from us sitting there. That's on the way to the house. All that type of shit.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, I know some spiritual
And
women.
that's what you probably think. And she probably had to watch a porn before you got there, or play herself before you got there, because you think you were turning her on.
We ain't gonna make this about me. But nah, I've been with her all damn day. She
You
ain't
don't
watched
never
shit
get to
besides
talk
me.
right. You don't never talk no other
She
time.
ain't
Shit.
watched nothing but my ass all the way to the goddamn crib. So
She watched your
You
ass. I
probably
watched your ass.
like spending all the money, and that's what's getting her wet. So
Nope,
you
nope.
like, I don't got to do anything
we done
else.
woke
so.
up in the bed together. We done rode around all day. Here we go. Then she done went wherever I want her to go with me. We on our way to the crib. We chilling, watch TV.
And that would be some kinky shit. Be like, baby, I like for
That's
you to
being
wash
around
me.
somebody all day.
I like for you to wash me. That's kinky shit.
That's kinky.
Yeah, a lot of mental shit going on.
if you want your
subjective,
I mean,
yeah,
yeah,
a lot of mental
yeah,
shit.
it depends on the person.
That's kinky.
Depends
But
on the
that's
person.
kinky. Levels.
Levels.
It's
There's a lot of women who just like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all subjective.
basic.
Yeah,
It's all
just being
subjective.
around somebody all day kind of like.
It ain't the same level as
It gets
getting
them going
peed
all
in.
day
nigga.
anyway.
It's
Yeah.
not the same
Let
level.
me ask y'all this.
Just like you said, waking up in the morning saying,
women
"Amen."
tell
Amen.
y'all that it turns me on to ride around with you all day and to hear your voice. Did any woman tell y'all?
Well, I've been told.
Dez said yeah.
Well, I've been told about my
Oh,
voice.
Miles
So
said
yeah,
yeah.
so I know I got the
Sean
voice.
said yeah.
I already know I got
I
the
said,
voice.
yeah.
You do have a nice voice. I didn't get your name down here.
Down here in the hat?
in the-
Pastor Sean.
Pastor
Yeah.
Sean, yes.
Okay, so Pastor Sean.
Yes.
You do have a very nice radio voice.
Thank
not
you.
Mojo is, but it's a nice voice. However, depending on what you're saying to that person, because you might be saying, you might be getting on her damn nerves, and your nice voice is gonna sound like Charlie Brown's teacher. So it just depends on what you're saying.
It's
Well,
the energy,
Well,
like
you
you
gotta
said
be-
before. It's
Right.
the energy behind it. But you ain't an energy person, so
Right.
you ain't gonna go with that no way.
Yeah, but again, that goes back. If I can comment to that,
Yep.
I think the word that's missing in all of this is, if we're going to talk about this, and again, I'm coming from my worldview, is that I place the intrinsic value of that person. So I'm willing to cede my expectations to make sure that that person is satisfied. So in that, I find what works for me to make sure that, because if I was just about the bang bang, then that's just satisfying me. But at the end of the day, if I'm ready to pour into that person, all right, then not only is it I'm going to give the full expression of myself, but I'm also going to find out like what works for this person. So for me, once I find that out, I can say amen, hallelujah. Okay. And if that works,
because you've already planted that
because
seed.
it's already, the seed has been planted that morning I wake up. So that's all I'll say to that.
But can I say on that point?
Yes.
And I've said, you know, in the act, one dude said to me, "Stop trying to make love to me and just fuck me."
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of threw
But
me.
that one dude might have
Yeah.
wanted that, but the next
Yes.
dude might not want that.
Exactly, and that kind of fucked me up in a way, because
Or he may want it at that moment, but he may
Right.
not want it like that all the time.
right. Like Oscar was saying, it's levels, and for me, I start with the intimacy, and it doesn't matter if it's just a one-off. It's still with that intimacy, that tenderness, and then we get to the bang bang. But he just wanted the bang bang, and that kind of, you know, I had to adjust my game. That was probably about 20 years ago, but I had to adjust my game. So it's hard to come to the bed, if you will, with just, okay, bang bang, let's do this and get it done. And then, but the flip side of that, which has been for me, is, you know, the next day I have to tell a nigga, yo, it was just sex. I wasn't making love to you like we was gonna be in a relationship. But that's happened before.
Des, you wanted to say something?
No, go ahead.
Because he had his hand up and shit, but now he forgot about it and shit. Like, damn, these peanuts good. You can't be eating peanuts. I hope you're not eating peanuts.
Y'all funny. But if I can say
I'm gonna
something.
leave it to you, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you silly. But no, but in response to that, because it's funny that you say that, because in the context of a marriage, right? Mm-hmm. And I know maybe to some people in this day and age it might sound kind of wild, but you know, there's been times even in the context of an intrinsic value of marriage that sometimes it goes to that, okay, you know, throw you on the sink or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? So
but is that kink?
Well, it depends on, again, kink is
That's
subjective.
not kink. That's part of sex. Yeah, that's just sex.
Again, that's subjective.
That's a sex move.
Yeah, it's a sex move.
It ain't kink.
Well, again, who do you say that to?
Let me throw you on the sink with this ramen noodles around us.
That's
kink.
Well, that's food porn.
That's kink. Let's fuck on these ramen noodles.
That's different. He said ramen noodles. That's too much sodium, bro. Come on, that's too much sodium.
You don't put the sauce. You don't put the sauce. You just boil the noodles, man.
But I'm just saying though, because again, speaking from the place of subjectivity, okay, even within the sacred union, all right, there's still levels to, like, okay, sometimes it's the thought out, planned out rose petals, okay, whatever, and then there's that time, like, you know, okay, I got a 30-minute lunch break, you know, so I see, you know, whatever the case is, and that's not divulging too much of what goes on with me, but I'm just saying that,
Right. I get it.
Again, within that. Okay, that there is still levels to what we call, you know, operation of kink, quote unquote, even within that sacred marriage.
So what have we got out of this episode? How do we introduce kink to a relationship?
Conversation.
And again, I believe, you know, and Dr. Sandy said it can wait till you married and everything, but me, I like getting stuff out the beginning. So I think we need to have that conversation at the beginning, is that, hey, what you like? You know, it's not even what I like. It's what you like. And I was reading something and it said that you have to do it, but do it from a fragile point, you know. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, I don't like to talk about this with girls because, you know, some of them might hear it and then they get scared, but what you think about, you know, that type of thing? You know, you're not supposed to be like, hey, you want to get banged with my girlfriend? You know,
right.
Like I say it, but you got to, right, you got to say, you know, you got to be fragile with it. So,
right.
But,
okay.
Also, look, 9 times out of 10, the woman who you meet already know what she want to do with you.
Exactly.
It's about how you react and what you say and what you do. So, just shit, be you, dog, and then see what happens. And then after that, you ain't got to worry about the other bullshit.
Another thing, a woman want to feel respected at the end of the day.
Intrinsic
so
value,
if she
exactly.
Feels that you respect her, she may try different things with you. She don't want to go from boo to bitch because she tried something with you that you think is kinky or what have you. She's doing this probably because she loves you. And I just wanted to caveat with what Pastor Sean said as far as when he said throwing someone on the sink. Some people only have sex in the bedroom. Some people get used to one type of position. So throwing somebody on the sink may very well be kinky to someone that only have sex in the bedroom. So, you know, like we've been saying the whole time, you have to, is levels to it.
It's levels, right. And I think that's too what has to be understood from the relationship is what level each person is on.
Exactly.
You know, from and how soon is that to be done? You know, and to me, again, a dinner. You know, and that goes back to maybe one day we're gonna have this conversation. Is women having these type of dates. You know, without sex don't mean we got to have sex to have a date. But this should be in the conversation if she likes women. You know, because you could be dating a woman that really like women and don't want to say nothing to you because she knows, you know, you might be a pastor. So that's what I'm saying. There. But yeah, if you have that, you've been there. So I think, you know, when is it too soon to have that conversation? And I think, you know.
What I'm hearing is that it doesn't seem like one woman is enough for you. Am I hearing that correctly?
Well, you know what? That's what I'm on now because my girlfriend, you know, she like, you know, eating pussy and shit. So, you know,
well, that's the next
my
show.
thing. That's the next show. Yeah. And if you want to come back, we'll talk about that because that goes into introducing kink too. Yes. Because it's some stuff with that situation too. Go ahead.
No, I just want to say, Dr. Sandy, thank you for being with us today, and you really have given me a lot of things.
And let Des say when he finished.
And think. Go ahead, Des. Yeah.
So no. That was just kind of what I was gonna piggyback on. Like, I really do think we need the doctor on at least like once a month or something like that, man. Like, she really has some good insight, and I think a lot of people are gonna take it away. So that was dope.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming and thank you for where you at? Because next time I can yell out the state.
Well, currently I'm in Savannah, Georgia.
Yes.
Hey,
Georgia. Yes, and so thank you. We appreciate you.
But just to roll it all up, communication, research. Look, I wrote it down. Communication, research, boundaries and trust, and low intensity and slow.
And safe words.
That's what we need to introduce.
And what'd you say, Des? We missed that.
Do she mentor young women who want to be freaks but don't know how to talk about it?
Next show.
Absolutely. I am a Scorpio.
Send me your email.
Scorpio. Oh Lord.
All right, is that we at the end of the time and everything?
Yes, we are.
We don't even get to do what you did this weekend.
Next time.
Next time. All right. Well, we appreciate y'all viewing. You know, share it. Let's get some viewers on this. Let's get some subscribers. Let's do something big with this show right here because we have fun doing it, and it ain't free. I think I'm gonna say that every time. That's gonna be my closing shit. And it ain't free.
It ain't free.
All right, y'all. That's just it.
Yeah.
That's just it.